I am just doing some meal prep stuff and thought it would be good to make a video since a lot of people have trouble with meal prep and dieting and things like that. So it's really not that hard. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. So I was just gonna show you kind of a couple things that I'm doing right now. The chicken that I bought from the store is already, it was pre-marinated in some garlic and herb marinade, so I don't have to do anything to it. And it's actually usually cheaper than just buying regular chicken. It's only $1.99 a pound at Kroger to get the pre-marinated kind. I stuck it in the crock pot probably a couple hours ago. You don't have to do anything to it. I put it in some olive oil and that's it. So it can just sit in there for 7 hours on low and you don't have to watch over it. Also, if you have a rice cooker, that's an easy way to do rice. Put 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water, switch it on, cover it, and that's another thing that you don't have to watch over. So the easier the better. I don't like having to watch over stuff, and I know nobody does. So what I'm about to do here with some vegetables is chop up these Brussels sprouts and do some butternut squash, just to switch it up from my typical broccoli and green beans every week. So this will be something different and just give a little variety. Okay, I got all the Brussels sprouts cut up and put in the pan. I'm just gonna put some olive oil, salt and pepper, and probably some garlic salt. Here's the butternut squash. Those things are really hard to cut open, but I'm about to clean all the seeds out and put that in the oven also. Okay, so I did decide that I wanted some green beans. So I've got green beans, Brussels sprouts, and my butternut squash. Again, all I did was use sea salt, pepper, garlic, and that's really all you need. I mean, you can put, like sometimes I use popcorn seasoning. This one is garlic parmesan. That one would be good on there. Stuff like that. But really just sea salt, pepper, and garlic and olive oil took a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure how long yet, but I will let you know. The next thing that I'm gonna do is, I love ground turkey. So this is just ground turkey, 93.7, so it's lean. I'm gonna cook that in some taco seasoning and mix it up with some black beans, just the Rotel fire roasted tomatoes. And then another way to really add flavor to whatever is onion, peppers if you like peppers, and mushrooms. So these are ready to go in the oven, so I'm gonna put those in and then I'll start cooking everything else. Okay, turkey is cooking with the taco seasoning in it, so I just have to watch that. I'm about to take the vegetables out of the oven, so I'm gonna get the salmon ready to put in. All I use again is salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil, and then also I love these Bragg's liquid aminos. It's just a soy sauce alternative, and it is good on anything, but really good on salmon. So I usually would have let this marinate in it for half an hour to an hour, but I didn't really plan this out very well, so it'll still be good just like this. Something I like putting in my rice, which this is just plain jasmine white rice, is anything spicy. This garlic sriracha seasoning blend is awesome. So sometimes I'll just pour a whole bunch in there and mix it up, and it just gives the rice flavor. I'm not gonna do that today because I don't know what all I'm gonna use this rice for, so I'll just season it afterward after I split it up into the different meals. So I ended up cooking the vegetables for 20 minutes on 375, and then I put it on broil for about the last 4 to 5 minutes to get them a little bit crispy. Now I'm going to cook the mushrooms, and I've already got the onions and peppers chopped up, so I'll start on those next while the butternut squash and the salmon is still in the oven. Just took the salmon out of the oven, and this is why I use aluminum foil, so that I don't have to clean that. I can just wad it up and throw it away, and I don't even have to clean the pan. Okay, so the butternut squash ended up cooking for about 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm gonna chop that up, and I'm just portioning out some meals right now. So there's the turkey, rice, black beans, the rotel tomatoes, and the onions and peppers that I cooked. Alright, last step, took the chicken out of the crock pot. Gonna let it cool off in the sink for a little while before I shred it up. So even though this chicken was pre-marinated, it is really bland. So what I'm gonna do is just toss it with some fat-free Italian dressing, and the mushrooms that I cooked, I'm just gonna mix it all up together and add some salt and pepper, so that'll make it taste better. So here are the prepped meals for the week. And I had a lot of leftover chicken, so I'm also gonna cook just some zucchini and maybe some other vegetables later. I like to use the shredded chicken to just throw on some big salads for dinner throughout the week. And that's about it. Okay, so that meal prep took about 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. I was running around doing other things while I was cooking. I was also doing laundry and cleaning, so it took me longer than 2 hours. But if you're just doing meal prep, it shouldn't take more than a couple hours. It's not that complicated. People think that it takes so long to cook and meal prep, but it really doesn't. You're cooking everything all at one time, and then you're prepared for the rest of the week. So you don't have to think about what you're gonna cook throughout the week and wondering, what you're gonna have for your next meal, because you get it all done in a couple hours at the beginning of the week, and it just makes life easier. So what you should do is pick out 2 or 3 things that you want to cook, different ideas. Just like I had the ground turkey, I always make it Mexican style, taco seasoning, peppers, rice, black beans, because that's what I like. Mexican is my favorite food, so I just make a healthy version of it. The crock pot chicken, I always do differently. Like in the video, it ended up being pretty bland. And sometimes I cook it without seasoning at all. And then I'll just season it afterwards. Like I put the fat-free Italian dressing and the mushrooms in it. I did add a little salt and pepper, and it made it really good. So I did that with just the vegetables that I wanted, the Brussels sprouts and the butternut squash, and then the salmon. So there's 3 different meals that I'll have throughout the week, and that'll last me at least 4 days. I had all the leftover shred up chicken, so I'll probably use that for dinner, for salads that I want to make kind of fresh, or a chicken stir fry, or whatever else I want to do. So having stuff cooked ahead of time like that is it just makes everything so much easier. So I'll type everything up so that you know how long I cooked everything for and what temperature it was on in the oven and things like that. But if you need any other ideas, you can follow my Facebook page or my Instagram. It's at WhitneyWeiser1. Or if you need tips, or if you need a customized diet, feel free to email me at whitney.weiser@yahoo.com. So see you guys later.